Okay, so let me quickly get the link, post it to Discord, and we will get moving. Okay. I think this is it. I think this is the grand finale. Boy. Alright. Alright. Control V at here, and we are posted. Alright. So, where's chat? There is chat. Hey, Wings! I'm feeling pretty good, actually. It's been a good day, mostly. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do Brave Fencer Musashi after this. It's a nice short game. And then after that, I don't know. I have to pick something. I'm really leaning towards XCOM, though. Fire Axis might not be around to make XCOM 3. I'm a little bit worried. I mean, Chimera Squad, you know what I think of Chimera Squad. I played it when it came out. But, they made some Marvel game, whatever it was a flop. And you know they had to pay a fortune for the Marvel IP. And now Civ 7. Man, it doesn't look good for them. Oh, yeah, let me talk about Reverse Versace for a second. In Civ 7, apparently the game cuts at 1940. They have decided that the entire game will just stop at 1940, and if you want to go further, there will be future DLCs for that. I'm sorry, I really don't think Fire Axis is, gonna be long for this world with decisions like that. To get away with that, they would have to have made the best Civ game ever. And I don't think that it is a shame, because I kind of want to play Civ 7 because you can play as Machiavelli, which is really cool. But, you know, and it's just, I don't know if Joan of Arc is in it, but since we've moved away from it having to be actual kings and presidents, Joan of Arc, she'd have to be in it, right? That would be really cool, too. But I'm probably just going to give the game a pass because, my gosh. It's just macing me. Anyway, Brave Fencer Musashi is a PS1 game. Actually, the original game was an NES game, but it's boring and I didn't like it, and we're not playing that one. No, this was a game I had as growing up. This was that game that was lost. You know, we all had that one. The game that you lost and you wanted back badly. Well, I finally have it back. And it has a Final Fantasy VIII demo disc that's weirdly different from the actual final product of Final Fantasy VIII in some ways. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to touch the demo disc, but anyway. You wouldn't trust anyone to make a good XCOM game? Well, what about Terra Invicta? And Xenonauts 2? I haven't played either of them, but those seem like... And the modders. I don't know. I just think Fire Axis is in trouble as a company. Because XCOM 2 was good. I actually think the remake, the XCOM remake, was better, personally, but XCOM 2 was really good. Anyway. You have a sibling that bought the Civ game. Humankind? What is humankind? Oh! Yeah. AAA is in kind of a hard spot. Anyway, our character's still drunk. Actually, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to infiltrate this castle. There's no sewer to oh my gosh, there's no sewer. Oh no, this game isn't an RPG at all. No sewer? What am I playing? I didn't even fight rats. Hey! I can forgive the loss of the slimes, but you gotta have sewage and rats or you're just not an RPG. Alright, so we're supposed to talk to Captain Robard and do a nighttime raid. I don't know about this lightweight nonsense. Alright, we need to go find a chest. Is there a chest here, or do I have to walk halfway across the planet? Where can I find the nearest chest? Was there one here? I think I should go here. Yeah, we're gonna go to a chest and see what we can dredge up for clothing. I should have some dark clothes. And what kind of medieval peasant are we, that we don't have a sewer to crawl through? It's because we're in Bohemia. We should have been in France! They would have had a sewer for us! I have no idea how old the French sewers are. Building the sewers was an amazing endeavor for most of Europe. The cities hadn't been built with them in mind, and it was a hell of a project. But yeah. A lot of Civ fans don't like humankind. Yeah, I don't know anything about humankind. I like 4X games. Oh, Civs, they're well, no, they're supposed to innovate. They're not supposed to steal other people's mechanics. You are Civ. I guess I'm not necessarily opposed to borrowing good mechanics from other games. I mentioned this the other day, but I had to show Snyder the openings of the Civ series. The Civ 7 opening just doesn't get it. Like the opening, you having almost no other context for the game. It wasn't a Civ opening. There's a certain hopefulness. Like Civ is okay. I can explain easily. Civ is the celebration of the progress of humanity. It is hopeful. It is, we are getting better and better and better over the generations. More, just, you know, that's the kind of feel that Civ does. Every generation is building upon the previous one, going further, going until you get into the stars. Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri is the dystopian horrors that science brings. Humanity is destroying the world. Like, it is the shadow. It is the antithesis. But the Civ series was always bright and hopeful. And that was its identity. And yeah, no, you look at 7 and it's just, it doesn't get it. Like, it kind of gets, doesn't really. And I showed him the older openings and what it meant. And especially, man, when you hit the Civ 4 opening, that music, that seeing the wonders constructing, seeing the Roman guy, and the buildings are all rising and constructing up behind the crowd. Like, all the, you know, yeah. Civ 4 has the best opening. Why can I not remember where the inn is in this town? I'm going to need to pay a little bit more attention. There was an inn here somewhere, and I need to use its box. I don't even want the inn. I just want my box. Couldn't you guys have put it next to me when I spawned in? tons of pigs. Yeah. Pigs were the pound for pound. Pork is actually the cheapest meat to grow. Like, it's the most efficient animal for turning grain into meat. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, the sword. That's the opening I'm talking about that just doesn't get it. It's just like, this isn't a Civ game. Like, it's not bad, but it's not a Sid game. I'm sorry. I'll try it one of these days. I'll come back and try that at some point. Yeah. Yeah. I have put, by the way, guys, I have played 134 hours of this game. Okay. Dark. Um. Alright, let's see. Alright. I could probably get more to be even more ninja, but this is what I happen to have. What else do we want to bring with us? Is there any other things that I would really like? Maybe I should go find a still and craft a few things. I guess this is good enough, right? Probably. A shitpost mod. Yeah, I'll try it one of these days when I decide to play more Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri's interesting. I do like it, despite its flaws. I like it quite a bit. There's a lot to recommend it. Oh, not just medieval. It was still all the way... Like, New York City was like that. Like, it stayed that way for, you know, ever. Until, I guess, somebody decided to make it illegal to own pigs in a city. Oh, you know what? I actually did see Snyder today, briefly. But I didn't remember to ask him anything. No, we talked about Civ. That's what we talked about. And, we talked about something else. What was it? I think we just talked about Civ. What if I just snuck in and attacked the place during the day? Alright, Henry, here's the plan. Don't let somebody back... Are you just walking casually around with a bucket next to the... Okay. Everything seems to be bright and cheerful. Oh. You just don't let someone backhand you, Henry. Apparently that causes you to instantly pass out and be captured. So that's your plan. Don't get backhanded. It's a good plan. Very simple. Now that we've discovered your Achilles heel. Dong farmer? Gong. Oh. Yeah. You'd have to pay someone a lot to do that. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, pigs do. Pigs are terrifying. Not only are boars a very dangerous animal in the wild, but pigs. You hear stories about people who keep pigs, and they left the fence open one day, and the pig went into the house and ate their small child. And it's just. No. 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 Absolutely not. Goats? Okay. Chickens? Okay. Pigs? I will not. No. Absolutely no. Do not want. The guy I'm supposed to talk to. Is he inside here? Oh, there you are. Hey, how's it going, Robert? I think I'm ready. Ah, Sir Captain Bernard said you might have problems.
It's sent by Captain Bernard. He says you have human marauders here.
Ah, so it was you Bernard was speaking of. Well, the humans are marauding, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Giveish
I think this is a good time to deal with that.
Down, but we've not had cause to pay out to anyone so far.
Here, tell you what.
The locals are too frightened.
Enterprise, you still here?
They're more than willing to
I will write down your questions.
Don't seem to make it back again.
I will write down any question you type in right now. Hold on.
Along the road to Neuhof,
And that way, I will make certain that it gets to him. I have a nice orange note card, different from the yellow ones I usually use. I had a nice color-coded pack at one point, but I used up most of the colors, and I'm left with these orange ones I didn't use. Okay, so tell me what questions you want me to ask him. I will write them all down on this, and I will simply deliver this to him at some point tomorrow or the day after, because I don't stream tomorrow or the day after, so it'll be on the next Age of Wonders. Okay. I know it's the Bandit quest chain. I think it's funny that I could ask him about it right now. Alright, let's do the night raid thing.
I'm ready.
Are you sure? You should wear lightweight black clothing. Anything you don't need, you can
A Merry Christmas video.
Clanking around in plate armor.
Okay, hold on. Wait, isn't it a little bit late for that? It's February. Let's see. Would you be happy with an Easter video? I think Easter is next. Yeah, I'll ask him that you want a Happy Easter video. How about that? I want to go clanking around in armor. I had a trait specifically to make clanking around in armor less noisy, you know?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
God be with you.
Ratchet, Sig, and Lady Stephanie. Ah, it's a rescue mission.
If any of you are having second thoughts,
Can I just assassinate everyone in the castle?
Very well. So I hope we're all clear on what has to be done. We need to free the hostages to deprive Toth of his advantage.
Why are you so dirty?
Now he'll be keeping them somewhere.
There was a horse trough right over there you could wash yourself in.
Separate from his other men.
And where would that be?
We always kept our captives in the house on the Bailey by the stables.
What if they're in their tower or somewhere else?
I
Then we'll have
see.
to go to the
Threaten
gate
him.
to try to open it. But that will take time and attract attention. So we can only do it if we know exactly how things stand.
I see.
And
You want
if they sound the
threats, huh?
alarm before we've done anything,
Well,
we get
I
out
can
of there
manage
quick.
that
Understood?
for you.
Better a couple of hostages than a pile of corpses. Lord Capon, are you quite certain you want to engage in this action?
Quite. After all, it can't be much different from sneaking out of the upper castle in Rattay and back in every night.
Dude, you
Besides,
can't come.
Who else will keep this hothead from
No,
raising bloody
you
mayhem?
can't come. You're no
I'll see
good
to
for
it that you
this.
do, my lord.
Seriously, I
May God
beat
guide
you
our
up
footsteps.
in a fist fight and in a sword fight when I had, like, no skill whatsoever. You have no business being in this mission. You've got a fighting skill of, like, maybe 2. Do not come! Alright, let me make a note. Hold on a second. I'll take proper notes. Happy late Christmas. Extreme Bros under duress, threatened off camera. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Tiny Thor. Yes. Alright, there we go. Got it. I've taken the notes. We're good. Alright. Oh, hey, a ladder. Unlike Gothic 2, where ladders were outlawed. And they were all removed from the universe. What would happen if I just knocked out all of these guys in a fist fight real quick?
Wait here.
They're gonna fuck things up. I know they're gonna fuck things up. I just know you guys are gonna... Well, he's watching a guard, obviously. Oh, come on, guys. Let the guy at the top... Hey there, Chen, how's it going? You're not gonna have someone else... Oh, I could pick dandelions while we wait. Not gonna have someone else come along and take the ladder away and wait for us? Star Trek logical thinking. No, I've never... Oh, you're talking to him. Okay. These guys suck. The villains?
I'll put on his armor. And
They should have
watch
been
this side.
expecting
There are
this.
still 2 guards on the portcullis winch to deal with. Any volunteers?
Henry will do it. Buffoon.
Henry, then. Just make sure you keep quiet.
I cannot loot this person. I can loot this one, though. Alright, do you have any dark... Let me see if this is darker than what I'm wearing. Yes, it is. Plus to stealth. It's going good, thanks. Is that one of the guards? Is he on my side or their side? He's got to be one of my friends, right? Because I can't attack him. Why is he carrying a torch and wearing a helmet? What is this? He can't be one of us. Can he? This guy doesn't see me! This is an enemy! Did the developers just not give a shit? What? We're all just... What? Are you kidding? I'm not allowed to stealth kill! Why? What is happening? I can't knock him out. Hello, sir! I am a sneaking enemy! Did you just phase into the wall? I am here to... Oh my god! Maybe he is one of us. I can't punch him. I can't punch him. I can punch, but I can't punch him. What is happening? You know how I said these guys suck? Multiply that. These guys really suck. Shit. What? You don't need me to take this castle back? Do you think this one, can I walk in front of him too? Oh, they've all got their backs turned. Oh, now it'll let me. Okay. Oh, hey, look, the city's burned now. Remember earlier I walked around and it was all fine and bright as day and there was nothing damaged? Now it is burned. Look, man, I can't. Good grief. They didn't... When they can literally just walk around and I can stare them in the face and they won't see me, and then they decide, ah, but this guy does see you. It's like, I don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know what to think. I was standing in front of the enemy and he couldn't see me. Yeah, okay, alright, okay, alright. Playtesting is for other games. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Clearly you're supposed to open the gate, not kill people. What are you talking about?
What are they waiting for?
What do you think my skill set is? Clearly the guard was improperly removed when the quest started. I couldn't punch him or backstab him. It's more than that. I don't. Do you think that's one of the guards who's not part of the bad guys? Either way, they put me on a ladder straight into his path. Like, they've had years to catch the bug and patch it out. The game's been out for a while. Fighting back against rapid strength loss. Man, that just sounds rough, man. Tomorrow is Secret of Evermore, and the day after is Secret of Evermore. After which is Age of Wonders. After which is... I'm probably going to go with Brave Fencer Musashi. I mentioned that earlier. I'm probably going to do that. Okay, he doesn't exist this time, so it's an intermittent issue. Let's see. Improperly removed NPC. No, wait, he's back! Oh, this door doesn't open either. He's back! I suppose he could be an improperly removed NPC. Oh my gosh. I'm unable to pickpocket him. There's something really wrong with him. He's definitely broken. No, actually, no. He's one of us. They're all labeled guard. I'm not allowed to pickpocket any of them. He's one of us. He's one of the people who climbed up with us. But he's carrying a torch, and he's got a helmet on. I think he glitched. I think he glitched.
Hey, who's there?
I think he climbed up here, and then the code that's supposed to tell him to patrol kicked in, and he reverted to a previous state. I think he's one of the team. I hope he's not supposed to do anything important during this quest, because he's, well, he's doing that now. Removed. He's not really there, but his model walks around. I don't know. Depends. That's a discussion we could have. Generally, bugs that are in the path of the main quest especially get patched out. I mean, we could talk about Bethesda and how bad they are at their jobs. We make fun of Bethesda. And Bethesda really deserves it. If I'm not able to make fun of this, I can't make fun of Bethesda anymore. Next time I buy one of their games and it's utterly broken. I was playing Fallout New Vegas and there was a spot where the floor didn't exist. It looked like there was a floor, but you just fall out of reality and then die in the void. Like, literally a big hole in a hallway that was just missing its collision detection. Like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna make fun of games having bugs, okay? In early access, I'm a lot more forgiving. No, I can... Now, a lot of games, old games, run into bugs on new hardware, and I have to be more forgiving of that because I'm running it on a system that the game was never intended to be on, and old software that it used to run through no longer exists. So, you know, And some studios died, like this, like Vampire the Masquerade, the old one made by Troika. Troika literally went out of business, and it's like, well, yeah, I understand why that game is still a wreck without the mods. Bethesda is a small studio which only published one game? What are you talking about? Bethesda's a huge studio that's been around for ages. I am not gonna stop making fun of Bethesda. Seriously, that Fallout 76 debacle deserves to be ridiculed. Bethesda does not need you covering for their asses, man. They don't deserve it. The game told you to open the gate. I stealth killed that guy. This is a stealth section. I use stealth kills. Warhorse, I was told, has 150 people on its staff. It's been 8 years. They released 4 DLC. I think they could have patched this if they cared. Clearly, they don't care. Sorry, Wings. Bethesda games are the ones that were remade by fans. I don't know. You know what? Actually, that reminds me. I saw something. Give me one sec. Oh, guys, if you haven't seen this yet. Oh, man. So, I was looking at Avowed, and it didn't look all that great to me, so I was going to give it a pass. And then I bumped into this. Now, Oblivion is a 20-year-old game. It's janky, and it looks, it's a 20-year-old game. The fact that I could look at the combat and not be sure which game is better. Ooh. But the other aspects, I started laughing. I laughed so hard when it just... You couldn't hit anyone in the game. You couldn't interact with the objects. It's amazing. It's amazing. Warhorse is not a tiny studio. It's a huge studio that's made a AAA release that is world-renowned right now. Warhorse is not a small studio. They were a small studio, but they are not a small studio. I know individual indie devs who would have patched and fixed their work. Admittedly, the scope isn't as big, but they spend a lot of time fixing things. Yes. And they stopped patching their previous game. Yes. They stopped caring. They got big, they moved on to the next product, and... I know I'm comparing apples to oranges here, but... Zephyr Burst. He made Distorted Travesty. He made Distorted Travesty 2. He made Distorted Travesty 3. He was continuing to support, patch, and upgrade the original Distorted Travesty, like, 20 years? I don't know how long. And he'll still go back and patch and add things. And he's just one guy. Okay, I'm dropping this, alright? I'm dropping this. I will make fun of bugs. Alright? I didn't even understand that bug at first. I thought that was an enemy soldier, and I was absolutely perplexed why an enemy soldier wasn't seeing me when I was standing in front of him. The fact that it's a person who's been possessed by a previous script for his movement doesn't make it much better. Yeah, that I don't care. They have money now. Yeah. I'm not making sense? Okay. You can't make sense of me. All right. What are you talking about? Not bugs. They want me to play a certain way. What are you talking about? I didn't play anything in a way that wasn't a certain way. I climbed the ladder and looked around, and there was a guy walking around with a torch staring at me. I didn't do anything. Okay, I gotta stop. Okay, I'm not gonna read anymore. Alright, I'm just gonna drop this, alright? Otherwise, we'll be here all night and I won't finish the game. Alright, I need to take out 2 guards so that I can open a gate. I think. Or was the gate in the other direction? Guys, does anyone know where the gate is? I think it's this way. They're all facing this direction, so it's probably this way. So I'm going to wait for that guy to move. And then I'm going to wait for him to move back. And then I'm going to take him out. Stealth kill. Drop. Stealth kill. Alright, objective completed. Eliminate the guards at the gate. Where'd my friends go? Guys? Oh, they teleported. Okay.
Find the hostages, then we can come back and deal with the rest. Yeah, find Sir Radzig and Lady Stephanie. Alright. Careful.
Food. I need to drink this. Guy, why are we standing still? You're in my way. I can't move forward while you're standing there. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. All right.
Any time now. Patience. He has to move. Jesus! Get a fucking move on, man.
Hans, where'd the others go? Shouldn't we pick off these guards to make it easier to sneak around? I feel like it'd be a lot easier to sneak around if all the guards were dead. You know there's gotta be guards guarding, you know, the prisoners, right? What are we waiting for now? Am I supposed to advance and pick the lock, or is there a guard somehow that you sense? Because I'm not seeing anything, man. Do you want me to pick the lock? There's no lock. What are we waiting for then? If I open the door, is all hell gonna break loose, or is this the correct path? Talk to me, Hans. That's the bed I used to sleep in. I can sleep and save! Oh, sounds like a pretty good plan. Let's sleep and save. I cannot use... Okay, alright, no saving. Alright, fine. No, seriously, who are these guys? Hans, this is the wrong place. Hans, this is the wrong place, man. We need to go look somewhere else. Hello, friends! How's it going?
Where's Sir Hadriex and Lady Stephanie?
Lady Stephanie? She's not here. She must be held somewhere else.
Yeah, why would she
Where
be
is she being
here?
held, and where's
It
Sir
doesn't
Hadriex?
make any sense that they'd be
Supposed the lady
here
might be in her
in an
chamber.
unguarded
We
house.
don't know anything. They herded us here and told us not to move a muscle.
Take care now.
Mother of God!
Hans, why are we in front of this house?
Damn it all. We'll have to go back empty-handed. I really thought we could pull it off.
We're not going anywhere. Not without my father and Lady Stephanie.
And how are we meant to find them? They're not in the stables or anywhere nearby. You want to creep right inside
What
the
did you think this mission was, Hans?
Yes. I can't leave them in Toff's hands.
It was hard enough getting this far, but going inside is madness. What good would it do
That's
to
the
you?
mission, Hans.
Get caught.
Listen, Hal, I can appreciate your stuff.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. I'll take care of it. Go home. I don't even know where the rest of our party went, but...
I told you, I'm not leaving here without the hostages.
If you're determined to be a stubborn ox, go right ahead. I suppose you might as well look for
Oh,
your sword.
yes,
while you're at it.
definitely. I'll get the sword,
Leaving
too.
the job half
No
done.
problems.
Save your speeches.
I'll pickpocket it.
Are you going to help me or not?
If you want to get yourself killed, you can do it alone. But before you go raising bloody mayhem,
Yes,
give us
please,
time
get
to
out of here. Shoot.
Come on then. Let's get the fuck out of here before they catch us.
Oh,
Gora!
great.
Fuck my ass!
Well, I don't want to get out of the castle. I want to rescue someone.
Gora!
I'll have to
All
carry
right,
him
we've
out
been
here right
caught.
now.
You know what that means. It's a good thing I brought my page with me to help me don all of this plate mail.
Oh, Henry! Henry, if you get me out of here, I'll stop telling everyone what an idiot you are. This isn't very comfortable. Can't you stop hopping around with me? My arse is killing me. Faster!
Hold on a second. Oh, it's pointing me to go that way. for some reason, but I'm pretty sure if I'm supposed to get Hans out of here, the correct path would be this way. To the ladder.
Quick! They're right behind us. But it's behind you. They're in front of me, and I can't do anything.
Been shot in the leg. You're fine. I've seen enough movies.
Don't shake so much.
You can just walk it off.
Run, for
Where's that
Christ's
ladder?
sake, and don't
Here it
shake
is.
So much.
Alright, here you go. What about the rest of our party?
Do too well.
True, the shame of it. They drove us back before we even got anywhere. It's
See, now he's
worse if
standing
they
just
killed
fine.
us.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. We had to give it a try. If we succeeded.
If
Ah.
I know it
So,
troubles you, but it's not
that was
over yet.
pointless.
We'll rescue the hostages and hang that bastard Ishvan.
Now, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go borrow the ladder and go back in. No, siege. Come on, this is easy. Just give me another ladder. We took out like at least 4 guys. That was pretty good. Let me go in again. No. Okay.
It seems, Robard, that we're running out of options.
We don't have enough men to scale the walls with ladders. We can't afford to lose any more. We can only take Talmberg by a ruse or with superior numbers.
What
Ruses have
ruses?
failed. We don't have.
We haven't
superior
tried
numbers.
any ruses. You
We're
call
left with no
sneaking
choice
in
but
with
to
a
build the
ladder a
tradition.
ruse?
To demolish my own walls.
Sun Tzu, we need your help. Please, could
Where's
you come
Master
to
Fu?
Bohemia?
He's waiting. We sent for him as soon
Bring
as...
him to me. Let's not waste time.
I do like the splinters moving around as he works. That's nice. Alright, someone needs to climb up the poop chute. I'm pretty sure you had one.
You will
Or
build
am I
me a
thinking of a
trebuchet,
different
Master
castle?
Miles.
Trebuchet, my lord. That's not entirely in my field of expertise.
We have to take back Talmberg.
Yes, indeed, sir. I
What do you
understand
need
that.
a
You are the best
trebuchet
engineer
for?
we can
You
rely
have a
on in the whole
hostage
fiefdom.
situation.
Oh, well, thank you, my lord, but it's just that I've never built a trebuchet before. This could take some time.
Then you'd better get to it. Bernard will go over the plan of attack with you.
You literally called off your invasion because of the
Well, Master
hostage
Tobias,
situation.
You have much to do and little time.
So, what do you need the
I will not
trebuchet
keep
for?
you any longer.
You need to get the
Indeed.
hostages out because,
sir.
you know, you didn't want to
Thank
just
you, my lord.
do a straight-on assault. What are you
How
doing?
are the preparations proceeding in the other camps?
As well as can be expected under the circumstances. There are still many things that need doing, but I just don't have the time for them.
No, you don't. Henry,
Yes, sir.
I would like for you to help with the preparations in the encampments.
Gladly, sir.
Robard will brief you. That'll be all.
Look, guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't need you. We don't need... I just need to get inside again. I know you all feel very important, but you're not. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Okay, nope, nope, nope. Still talking about stuff. This quest can be in several ways, including dressing up like a guard and successfully posing as one, huh? What? Not the mission I was on. An unguarded house if you don't count the dozen guards walking around the house and patrolling. No, that wouldn't be where you'd put your prisoners. You would not leave. No, they wouldn't have been in that house. It was. You didn't have any guards in there or in front of the door. The house was unguarded. The castle was guarded. The house was not being guarded enough to have a high You wouldn't put your high valuable prisoners in there. And they didn't. I was like, come on, Hans, what are you thinking? Why would you think the high value prisoners would be there? For a Bethesda game like Oblivion, you run some of the fan bug patches. I tell you, I played New Vegas on a console that didn't have the ability to internet, so I had to deal with all the bugs. Oh, some of them were so bad. Fallout New Vegas is a really cool game. It was shipped in a completely unacceptable shape. Like it shipped just, and I hear the same thing about Sonic on the Switch. What's the name of it? Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors for the Switch. They patched it so that I downloaded a day one patch that made the game seem good. But if you played the game without the patch, it was borderline unplayable. Radical Soda did a review of it. Oh my gosh. Still looking styling. It's actually not the best looking helmet. There was another helmet I liked a lot more, but, you know, it has good stats, so we wear it. The bugs feel right at home. That's the way Bethesda should build all their games. Alright. Let's see. I don't suppose I could sneak in? Probably not. What do you think, guard number 7? How are things?
I wish it was all over and
Don't we all? Let's pray.
I've never been in a siege, but I hear it can last. Take care
I
now.
mean, it could, but it really won't. Hello there, Sir Bob. I need training. Hey,
I'd like to get better at...
I never got this type of training.
I'd like to practice...
All right.
It'll cost
Now.
me on the eve before battle. Hey, get back here! Yeah, I had never gotten the
What
mace
needs to be done?
training.
Look,
All game,
we
despite
walk around
that being the
they're
weapon
moaning
I
the
actually
drunk ale house
use.
dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer.
I screwed up, I
We've got
wanted more
debt,
training.
The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not even the main
You
problem.
want me to do a morale mission?
Did you hear what Sir Divish was saying to Fafar, our master builder?
I heard some of it.
And what did you make of it?
He wants to build
said
a
he'd never built a
trebuchet.
trebuchet,
What do you
Captain.
want?
I wouldn't even know where to start, but he might.
But if it'll take him as long as he said, we can't wait until Judgment Day. We don't have that much time.
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some way.
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much too weak.
If you say so. Have you considered tunneling?
I'd
A
like to get better.
classic solution.
I'm interested in...
All right. Now,
Okay.
my respects to
Can
you.
I get an actual level in the mace?
I'd like to get better.
Certainly.
I'd like to hone...
All right. Now, pick.
Yes, I did. I don't actually know what a level in mace does, but I assume it makes me hit harder.
I'd like to get better.
Certainly.
I want to...
All right. Now, pay
2 levels of warfare. 2 levels of warfare, but only 1 level of mace. Oh well. Almost maxed a weapon out. How about that? Alright, what do we want? Rusty Edge? No, that's stupid. Sadist? Maybe. Probably sadist. One of the achievements I got claims that he's also a serial killer now. Ah, the Honorable Sir Henry, you still need 2 more agility. But I don't think there are any trainers for the basic stats like agility, sadly. So, you'll just have to deal with it. Let's see. And lower stamina cost of attacking? Oh. That's what the mace level does? It lowers the stamina cost. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Looks like they're talking a lot about games I haven't played, so I'm just gonna move on. I don't mind.
How are you faring?
I also don't want to catch random spoilers.
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some cutthroat thug lolling about in my bed at the castle.
At least no one's raised Talmberg.
Not so far. Though we may end up doing it ourselves to smoke the bastard out.
I imagine Sir Divish isn't taking it too well.
And why do you think he handed command over to me? But it pains my heart too. That place is my home.
Guys, we could have brought our entire army into the castle last night. Do you guys understand that? We assassinated all the people on the wall looking out. We could have had the whole army sneak up that ladder one after another.
What's the easiest way to take back Talmberg?
The easiest way?
No, you guys can chat. I don't mind at all.
But there's no royal army to help us now, and we can't afford to wait. What's more, we don't want to destroy the castle.
Yeah, I don't know about this trebuchet idea. I don't know that you want to do this.
And time-consuming. No trebuchets wholly on target. The missiles fly as they please. And if we blast the castle to pieces and Sigismund comes back, he'll make short work of us.
Do you think Sigismund will come back?
How do I know what's in his head? But if he doesn't take advantage of this chaos, someone
I just
else
don't see what the bad
will.
guy's plan is still.
Soon enough.
I still don't understand what they think they're going to gain by holding this castle.
Not
I
only
don't get it.
And we've left precious few men in Ratai. If we're defeated here, who's to stop them from pillaging the whole province? And there's no shortage of power-hungry bastards like Havel and Toth in Bohemia.
I mean, what's his best case scenario? Starving to death?
Is there some way we can get through the gate?
He's essentially completely surrounded deep behind enemy lines in a fortress that's utterly cut off. Unless there's an army coming to save him, I don't get it.
Stuck up brushwood and light it?
Brushwood, timber.
Unless he thinks Sigismund is going to show up here and bail him out, I just don't get it.
And even if it doesn't burn the gate right down, it'll weaken it and make it easier to break through.
Exactly.
And what about the walls? Which side is the most vulnerable?
The south and east are solid. It would be useless to try anything there.
It's best defended from the north, and as for the west...
From the west is where we tried it, and got royally fucked, if you recall. But I think in the end we'll try that way again, only this time we'll do it better.
Pity they didn't stay holed up in Vranyk for longer. It would have been much easier there.
Toth is a wily fox. If he'd had all his men with him there would have been real carnage. It's likely we only won there because he'd
only won because he took his best soldiers. And I killed 90% of the ones who were there.
anything else?
Well, we need some pitch. I know you had dealings with the charcoal burner.
I've met a few, true.
Then have a look around the area. If you manage to find any... Take care.
Let me take a moment to think about this castle. Before I go around doing the various quest things. Alright, we've got wooden walls that are completely unguarded. This is utterly undefended. The first defensive line does not exist. So I don't even need to consider this part. Alright. What would I do to take this fort? Are you guys just taking random pot shots at the enemy? How many arrows do we have? There aren't any visible enemies, guys. They're not defending the walls. I can just walk up. Is this wood or metal? This looks like wood. Is it? There can't be. It's got to be metal, right? It's a portico. It can't be wood, right? It looks like wood. I'm just going to pretend this is metal. I'm just going to pretend this is metal. It's utterly unguarded, though. Utterly and completely unguarded. I think we could potentially work our way through this gate right here. Is that an enemy soldier? Oh, they suck. I mean, not as badly as I suck, but they're not even taking cover. They can't hit anything. Well, shit, that's 3 guards dead right there. I mean, guys, I think you're all overthinking taking this fortress. I don't think it's very hard. I think a grappling hook would get us up there just fine. We wouldn't even need a ladder, honestly. They didn't even... This is a drawbridge! They didn't even lift the drawbridge! Guys! We don't need pitch. We don't need a trebuchet. Let's just saw through this gate. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop thinking about all the ways I could take this castle. I don't need a devious plan. I don't need any plan. Holy shit. Alright, let's just do what they say to do. Good grief. How many soldiers do they possibly have? Can they really afford to just lose 3 more like that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh man. It's bad. Alright, let's see. Alright, I need... Talk to the quartermaster, talk to Captain Bernard, talk to Sir Davish, charcoal burners, and talk to that guy. Talk to lots of people. Let's go for the charcoal. Let's go for the charcoal. Let's see. Richard the Lionheart. Yes! It's an amazing story, actually. Incredibly dumb all around. The invasion was basically over. He comes out, and there's this kid up on a rooftop fighting, and he starts cheering the kid on. And the kid starts taking shots at him, and he basically just lets himself get shot. And then he tells his people, like, as he's dying, like, spare the kid, you know, just spare him. And they promptly killed the kid for regicide because regicide was the most forbidden thing in that day. They didn't care what the king thought, apparently. Anyway, I think that's the story of what happened. Unless I'm mixing my monarchs up. Let's see. I'm just gonna cut over this way. Talking in chat as long as topics don't become dangerous. I mean, as long as you don't talk about certain things that will get me banned. I generally don't mind what you guys chat about amongst yourselves too much. Yeah, castles are a force multiplier, but you have to actually use its defenses. Did he? I'm pretty sure the kid was executed for regicide. I'm pretty sure that the king had wanted that not to happen, and then they killed him anyway. I'm pretty sure, but hey, I could be wrong. It's not my area of expertise. I can't talk to this one.
God save you, Henry.
Nope. Is it you? It's gotta be you. You're the charcoal burner spokesman. There it goes. Now the E appeared. I need some pitch for alchemy.
Already? What happened to the last lot we supplied?
I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Do you have any, or don't you?
I do. I had a buyer lined up, but it's been a while since he showed his face. What do you need it for?
To burn down a castle, probably.
So we're laying siege to it. We could use some pitch.
Christ blood. I hadn't heard the news. All right, it's all yours. You gave us a hand with that ginger when we needed it.
Oh, you remember that still.
I know my duty.
Cool.
If you want to haul it away yourself, feel free. Or I can get someone to deliver it.
Yes, deliver it, please.
Goodbye.
Okay, it will be delivered, right? Okay, good. Next stop. I guess we'll go to Devish next. Hold on, let me check the quest log for a second. Okay, don't talk to Fayfar until I've done the rest. Okay, simple enough. On to my Shadowmere. I can't tell which way would be easier. I guess I'll just take the road back. As I said the other day, if I know anything about modders, someone will mod the second game, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. They'll take that and they will mod the original game into it. And that will probably become the definitive way to play this game when that happens. But that'll probably take years. Actually, Oblivion has been remade. Hello, who's this? Whoa, 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 whoa! Why are there guys who are unarmed in the mix? What's going on here? What is going on? Whoa, stop. Go away. Ah, there we go. Activated. Sadistic. Fucking trees. I can't move properly. Oh, a doggo. A dog? Ah. Enough of you. So many of you are unarmed. Just be grateful that wrestling isn't a thing. Seriously, you're fighting me unarmed, you weirdos. You really deserve to lose.
Az Istenit! Istenem, vigyázzon! Ott van!
Okay, got another one of the ones with a weapon down. Stout bases. Honestly, I couldn't even tell what was happening most of that fight. Oh, hell no. You're going down. Most of that fight was me just being spun around. Let's see. We need to drink Marigold. Okay, let me see. Oblivion made remake Tokyo's. Yeah, I was gonna say, I heard recently that Oblivion is being remade in Skyrim. And I'm like, I'm probably still gonna play Oblivion with some mods on it instead, but it's interesting that that's an option now. I missed something. Oh, okay. Well, I believe, wasn't it the French Revolution began with a whole bunch of ladies in the market attacking and storming the place? Something like that. Well, you'd at least pick up a weapon. You'd at least pick up a rock and throw it. You wouldn't try to punch a guy in plate mail. Technically better than being a normal knight. Did they get land, too? Land grants? Can you imagine Frickin' Skyrim has been out for more than a dozen years, and somehow Bethesda has not made a sequel yet? They're still releasing the same game? Is that so? Alright, let's try to get back. That was horrible. They actually had a little camp here. Maybe I should report this. I think everyone's a little bit too busy to worry about it, though. I am running out of armorers kits. These aren't even small. These were full-sized kits I was burning up. Alright, next up. Maybe I can just convince the guy to come out and play a game of dice for the fortress. Oh well, I'm sure my shield will hold together through the final battle. I don't care. We just need to go this way. As long as we're going this way, we're okay. Get through this tree. Or crawl under it. Okay. A lot of people are going back to older games. I mean, can you blame them? What's the biggest indie game hit right now? Digging a hole? Frickin' Obsidian. We've made this incredible game that took us 7 years to build, called Avowed. Meanwhile, what are people actually playing? Hey, it's a game about digging a hole! Oh yeah! Old games are every bit as good as they were the day they were made.
God bless you. What troubles you?
They were not granted land? What, they're not proper knights.
Are you wishing you stayed home at Ratai instead of joining
You're supposed to give them some land when you knight them.
I haven't had so much fun since...
He thinks this is fun?
Really? Despite being wounded? Actually,
Yeah, the retro game market is,
a sack of grain to the battlements, dead to the world.
doing that.
It can't have been that much fun if I fell asleep.
Some of it's overinflated. Most of it, though, is natural.
Alright then. Next time I'll just leave you to Istvan's tender mercies.
Nonsense. What would you do without me? Still, thank you for hauling me out of there.
Anything for you, my lord.
God be with you.
Had to save constantly. Yep, that sounds like Bethesda.
Greetings. What do you need?
How do you feel, Sir Divish? How's the shoulder?
I felt better, boy.
A house knight.
Truth be told, and my shoulder's paining me.
Let someone tend to the wound and you'll soon be better.
The flesh can be healed, perhaps. But the spirit... Henry, can you do something for me?
What is it you need, sir?
I need a priest as well as a physician. The closest was in Rovna, but I don't know what
You need a priest.
And then there's the one from Ujis. What's his name?
Godwin. But why would you need a priest? The wound will heal, especially with the help of one of the monks.
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here that won't see morning, and dead.
Okay, fair point. But why do you need me to get this? Fine, fine. I know a guy. Get the there. Come on. Alright, as long as I don't take any quests from him, we should be good. The only man in Bohemia to practice his kata. Never had to work again, non-taxable. It would be pretty good. I mean, never have to pay taxes again is a pretty awesome thing. All I can say is it's a good thing for Joe that we didn't have to recite poetry during her trial, or she'd have been in big trouble. But thankfully the Inquisitor didn't think to ask for the poetry test. Silly Inquisitor, that's why his conviction rate is so low.
I brought
Here
you
you
back
go.
that manuscript you lent me.
Ah, the opus of Matthew of Yanov. Thanks, my son.
There's something I need from you, Father.
Is there, my son?
There are a lot of dead and wounded at Talmberg, and no one to make the sign of the cross on their foreheads.
I'd like to help, but sadly I simply can't. My own parishioners are watching me closely, and if I make just one false move,
What?
they'll have the bishop...
Why would this be a false move?
Himself.
If he wants me, let him come and speak to me himself. But I'm not going anywhere. It's your fault I have to live with a sword dangling over my head, Hal. And don't think I've forgotten you.
I never forced you to do anything. And just because I didn't help you out, you're denying God's forgiveness to innocent strangers.
How dare you? Do you think I'd stoop to such
Possible for a sword above his throat? I don't remember
All right,
doing
I
that.
understand. So why don't you turn it round on them? Why don't you say you'll go to Talmberg because it's the right thing to do and your Christian duty, even though you might be shot in the process, like that saint?
Sebastian. That might help, I suppose. Tell me the truth. Is the air really thick
No,
with
the air
arrows?
is not thick with arrows at all.
But all the camps are well out of range, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, see how the martyrdom angle works, and then I'll go. At least getting out of here for a while will give me a break from all those judgmental looks. To forgive is human, damn it! Or is it to err that's human? I can never remember. Good luck to you.
All right. Was she? I'm not able to clearly sort out the fact from the fiction with Joan of Arc. So much of the stuff about her is just sounds like myth. That it's very difficult. You might as well just go with the Mark Twain accounting of Joan of Arc's life. It's going to be about as reliable as almost any you'll find. Which is weird. Yeah. Lead from the front. But yeah, a lot of Joan of Arc's life and stuff, it's borderline mythic. I find it very hard to tell what was and wasn't. I mean, I could absolutely believe that she was somebody who was blessed, who was supposed to change the world, because, I mean, a commoner lady leading armies and scoring victory after victory seems a bit unbelievable. But also, on the other hand, I think that a major factor was the fact that she understood the value of cannons in Malte Presbytery to find items. I left items? How could... Oh, I bet it's going to turn out to be something stupid like ears. I bet it's going to turn out to be ears. I'm not going to bother. I don't care. Alright, so once again, we know a guy. Let's go get him. Caltrop through the foot. Really? Yeah, she supposedly found the sword in a church and was guided to it or something. That's one of the aspects I don't believe. A caltrop through the foot. Yeah. Well, that's a hell of an injury. Generally, I think the caltrops were more of a, okay, you can't charge over this anymore. Now you have to walk slowly, because it's just not something that you would step blindly on. Like, you just have to move a little bit slower, unless they were hidden in the grass or something. And we've never found a whole lot. See, caltrops are interesting. We know they existed. We know they existed in Roman times. But we never found a whole lot of caltrops in any one spot. Like, we know that they existed, but we just can't find... We can't figure out how much they were actually used. And it's somewhat dubious, like, that they were ever used in great numbers, deployed a lot. But they did exist. So it's entirely possible that she stepped on a caltrop. It's entirely believable that she could have healed and survived. It's a bit unlikely, but it's also just, yeah, that could have happened.
Good day, Henry.
But caltrops are nasty.
I'll come to ask for help.
Again? Such trying times we live in. God is testing us all.
Another battle.
So what is it you need?
Their lordships have laid siege to Talmberg.
Hmm,
The
yeah.
brigands have wounded Sir Divish and many other people. I'm to ask if the monastery
He was
might send someone to
schizophrenic.
help.
These are tragic times.
Hmm.
Fortunately, I've only a little
I
work
wouldn't
left
know.
to do here. So
Never
I'll gather my
sampled
things
schizophrenia
and set off for
myself.
Talmberg.
Thank you, Father. May
Not
God reward
sure.
you 1,000 times.
As I said, it's entirely possible that she was schizophrenic or otherwise delusional. We unfortunately don't have anyone to go and diagnose her. And that makes it speculative. Well, that would certainly help. To me, it makes the French, particularly the French monarch and nobility, look really, really, really bad. She put that crown on that man's head, and then he did not want her back, and deliberately left her to the tortures of the, it's basically the British. Guys, what are you sneaking for? What's the stealth mission now? What are you doing? What are we doing? Why are we sneaking? I don't think you guys know what you're doing. I don't think there is a plan. I'm gonna move on. Alright, next up, I need to talk to... Okay, he's the last one. So we need to do these two first. And whatever quests they have for me. Positive symptom of hearing voices. If she did hear voices. she was telling the truth about that, then yeah, okay. I'm sorry, you guys know I'm a skeptic. I'm skeptical of everything. And I know that's extremely obnoxious, and nobody likes a skeptic. But I'm skeptical of everything that's unprovable. Ah. Hey, Bernard, Is it Bernard? Yeah, I'm supposed to talk to Bernard. Among other things. Alright, we'll go take a nap. It's a siege. It can last a few days. What, there's no save and sleep? Fine. Eat from pot. Sleep. Not option. Here we go. Sleep. Socrates. I knew a guy who insisted Socrates couldn't have possibly ever lived. What's going on with this? Why are there all these very hard chests here? Are they gonna arrest me and put me in jail, you think? When they catch me opening their chests? Junk. The most despicable of things in the army. A barracks thief. Villagers' bows? Aren't we the military? What are we doing with villager grade bows? Man, we're really hard up, huh? Maybe I robbed them a little bit too hard in the past. Guess nobody heard the lockpick? Nobody heard the lockpick snap. Cool. Food. Well, I'll take that. Yeah, we're poor. Henry can't resist a good garlic. I think his true father is Wario. Yeah, I think that Oracle was probably smoking stuff. That's my understanding, and it seems likely. Come on, man! You're killing me here. Alright, fine. Being well rested is an important part of any military operation, I suppose. I'll eat some dried meat. You're even worse than Hans. Actually, you're about the same. You're almost as bad as the Rattay Taylor. Okay, he's moved. Where'd he go? Map. Where's Bernard? He's behind me? Oh, what the hell? I'll talk to you for a second.
God save you. What?
How are we doing with the food?
Who wants to know? One of their lord...
No, I just wondered if there was anything you're short of.
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well, to tell the truth, we don't...
Yes, I've heard something like that.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing all they can, but they can't keep up.
Fine. I brought you some...
Stack it over here.
400? I can't. I have to have all 200, huh?
What's going on? You said...
Do we have any...
Christ, I wish we did. Our ales...
That's bad.
Don't I know it? You can't go and catch a beer in the woods, either. But if you happen to know about some, let's hear it. News like that, it refreshed me almost as much as a drink. And the lads, too.
The charcoal burners nearby have some stocks of pitch they'll let us have.
That's handy. So
Man,
Rivard
this
will
is
be
a badly
pleased.
managed force. They don't have
He was
food,
getting
they
worried.
don't have alcohol.
Good.
And how can you properly siege a place if you don't have alcohol? There you are. You!
Good day.
How are the men holding?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home. And the locals, they've got nowhere else to go. So they're just generally complaining.
Are they causing trouble?
No trouble as such. It's true I've caught a few of them asleep on their watch. There's nothing a couple of lashes of the whip can't cure.
Well, there might be a simpler solution.
Whipping a man, simple enough. Just give one of them a beating, the others will remember. When they forget, do it again.
But then you'd have an injured soldier. It occurred to me a herbal potion might do the trick.
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale. Christ knows they could do with something to flush the booze out of them and keep their eyes open.
Okay. Yeah, I can make that. I should have had a cockerel potion on hand, actually. Okay, we need to go... Why do I need to go to an herbalist? I can brew stuff. D. Should be... Okay, that's you. Then, okay, I think that's everything. Alright, so... The right way? Here's what I can do. Click. Okay, now all I need to do is head toward that. I wasn't expecting my stealthy assault on the castle to turn into run back and forth over the map for an hour, but alright. Should get Henry a UPS hat. I think that's his primary purpose. That's his reason for living. Come on, just get over this. Okay. Please. There you go. Okay. going on here now? The rain is producing an awful lot of smoke from this building. Dog guarding smoldering ruins, okay. They had criminal plans? Why would they have criminal plans? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That quest line just... I went to them repeatedly. I did stuff. I got them out of all kinds of stuff, got them situated, took good care of them. And then they still didn't want to go join my city, so I was like, alright, fine, I guess they're happy here. And I moved on. This should be... Hey, herbalist. Could you brew up some coffee for my mates?
God grant you.
I need something to keep our soldiers awake.
I do know of a concoction to ward off sleep.
That'll be very helpful.
Yeah, I have that potion.
God bless.
Objective started. Get the potion some other way. I need 60? Oh, man. Could I give them the Musk of Infinite Allure instead? Give me the recipe. There it is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay. I need valerian and mint. They want to rob a gold. They want to do a stagecoach robbery. They're going to go stealing freaking gold. If they're going to turn into banditos, I don't think I want them in my town. Two. 8. That's not going to do it. I don't have this one? Out of it. Oh, I mean, yes, but I am a ruler. And we all know rulers are allowed to be banditos. They're allowed to assassinate. That's just the privileges of being in charge, right? I mean, would the people really trust you if you weren't corrupt? Oh, no one would want an uncorrupt ruler. Hypocrisy is a politician's stock in trade, after all. Yeah, I rule that town. I'm the bailiff. I built that town. I own this town. I just wish I could make the bailiff's staff have stronger stats. Alright, I need mint. I stored lots of mint over the game. No problems there. Yeah. I got the resources. We never read this one. Let's put that in our bag for later. I have a new potion. Definitely gonna check that out. She didn't have that for sale previously. Something added that to her inventory. It was a dark and stormy night. Hey, you got bows?
I need to bring a few kegs.
I'm sorry about that, but I don't have any to spare. I can hold out a while with what I have, but...
Wait, can I just get the... Hold on a second. Can I just get alcohol from my own brewery? I literally constructed my own brewery, and it doesn't count. Well, that doesn't seem fair. Did I ever read about the Oracle spy network? I have not. I have no knowledge of an Oracle spy network. Maybe my good friends at the Inn of the Glade... Come on. Maybe my good friends at the Inns of the Glade can provide me some booze. Oh, yeah, but they never lost faith in me, so there you go. I've never seen Braveheart. I know a guy paints himself blue and leads a bunch of warriors, and that's about my sum total of knowledge of the movie. Yeah, no, people react very badly to you, forcing yourself on others. The only person, well, I mean, there's a few people in history who could get away with it. Genghis Khan, for example. Being a Khan, you could, you know. But aside from those rare few individuals, as a general rule, no. That's not the kind of thing you can get away with. Huh?
Andrew, there's no more beer in Talmberg, and the soldier...
I'm good.
There's nothing in it for you. I'll pay you.
The camp's not that far away. Imagine if the soldiers got so upset by the lack of beer, they went on the hunt for it and ended up here. They could do some real damage.
Just pay you. I have money.
That's
not even an option.
Somewhere else.
Bugging is the only option here.
Why would they do any damage?
What if someone lied to them that you were a Toff supporter and that they'd have to make do with water?
I knew you were a bastard, but I didn't expect you to turn on me too.
I do like things to go my way.
I'll send it there. But just remember, everyone gets what's coming to them eventually. One day, you're bound to come across boys and such pushing.
Yeah, Henry's met a few of those, and he's hit them with his mace every time, so, you know.
We don't want anyone to feel unwell enough to think about settling the score, do we? Wouldn't you like a change? We're rebuilding Pribyslavitz, and I could use you in the new tavern.
Are you mad? I got the best in the province, and no one to tell me what to do. Why on earth would I change that?
Isn't there any way you could be persuaded?
Not a chance. Find someone else.
I have no idea why I'd want this particular person anyway, so, you know, whatever. I was just like, why is that option there? Let's click on it. We've got your ale sorted. We still need the meat. And we still need to do some brewing. Why is F still visible? Didn't we take care of that? I thought I succeeded, but apparently I didn't? Because I still need the beer? I am confused. Alright, well, we need to... We need to brew a few more potions. We need to hunt some meat. Looks like there's a deer hunting spot and a couple of roe hunting spots. Let's go for the deer. So that your troops stay away from the wives of others. Easier said than done. Leading an army is a little bit like herding cats, especially in the Middle Ages. Braveheart's a really fun movie. As you all know, my movie foo is very weak. I have seen so very few of them. Disarm your citizens. Yeah, I wouldn't. Especially in an era like this. You would be much better off encouraging and developing a, well, personally, I'd go for an archery culture. If everybody is good with bows, it becomes very easy to conscript some more troops who will be somewhat effective in battle. Also, it's a lot easier for people to practice archery without injuring themselves than melee. That's just a rabbit. Where's the deer? I mean, that sort of thing is super common in movies. It's almost always that the fashions are from a whole bunch of, spread across a whole lot of different centuries. I mean, even among fencers, we're like, oh my gosh, they're wearing fencing jackets, they're holding epées, and they're foil fencing? Yeah, that's Hollywood for you. The epée looks better than the foil. The saber jacket looks better than the, it looks the best. And foil fencing looks a whole lot more like what people would expect sword fighting to look like. So, yeah, of course that's what they do. Everything about it is wrong, but, yeah, that's what a movie would do. Around in a thunderstorm in the woods in full plate mail, hoping to find a deer so that our soldiers can have meat. What do you mean the Twin Towers shouldn't be in the Wild West? Why shouldn't the Eiffel Tower be in the 13th century?
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty? Hey, we could put that in California. No one would know the difference. Sounds all funny now, but 1,000 years from now, that's how they'll make shows. Or smell-o-vision, or whatever it is they do. Would I read a book about sword fighting? I don't know. Would I enjoy reading a book about sword fighting? Hard to say. Are we talking about a technical manual? I mean, it would be amusing to look through, but that's the sort of thing that you study and practice. I'll tell you, some of the worst martial arts fiction is written by actual martial artists who get way too technical. For fight scenes are better written, not very technical. And I am not having any luck finding Rose either. I need to find something. There should be one right ahead, another one. Maybe this one I'll get lucky. A fictional story? I might. I like fantasy. I read a lot of fantasy. I might like it. It's funny, I originally studied sword fighting because, well, I saw myself as a writer as my future. And I wanted to deeply understand how sword fighting actually worked. So if I was going to fictionalize and fantasy it, I'd be being deliberate about it. Yeah, I had a history teacher who was pretty impressed with Troy when it came out. Get off the horse. Never have any luck working from horseback. Alright, this should do us. If we still not have enough meat, I can buy some from a butcher to finish.
That's a good... That's my boy.
Visually distinct enough. Diversity. Oh yeah, he made a oh man, that's only 61. Yeah, he made a fantasy novel. I've never read it. But I am familiar with Shad. He does not think much of fencing. He is very dismissive about my style of swordsmanship. But, you know, yeah, he's fine. And, he did write a fantasy novel, and I have not read that one yet. Didn't even know he had a stance on AI art. Come on, where the hell's my bow? Sneaking isn't working. Dog refuses to hunt. I just need one more of you. Guys, it's for a good cause. Hold on a second, I can do this. What I need to do is move this to the horse. Okay, now, I'm still too heavy. That's fine. I just need, there. We drank our weight. Solution, drinking. Where'd they go? There were 2 row. Got away while I was overburdened. It's okay, this is a good spot. We're finding lots of game. I'll just slip back over here again, and we'll find more, I hope. Well, yes and no. That's not entirely true. There are a lot of people who do treat it as a sport, and I could say some things about that, but I mean, I was classically trained. It's supposed to be... It's not... Yes and no. I would disagree. I don't waste anything, but I don't need those things. It's supposed to be identical to actual historical sword fighting. The people who treat it as a sport have added a few moves like the flick attack I showed the other day that would not be valid where they're gaming the system. But for the most part, fencing is classical fencing is absolutely historical. It's correct. It is very, very, very effective. But it is a dueling style, not a battlefield style. And that is an important distinction. Alright, do we have enough now? Let's see. Okay, we've got a couple rabbits, a couple roe. I need 14 more? Okay, we can get the last 14 from any butcher. Any butcher can get us the last. I could actually get one of you. That's a hit. Okay, we're good. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, and we have solved the meat issue. And all I need to do is brew the potions, resolve this alcohol issue, and then we're done. Maybe. Nightshade? Oh, that's the poison thing. Practice for points rather than first blood. So 3 different styles, each one operates differently. Foil. A point, you only score a point if the blow would have been fatal. It doesn't count unless it would have killed them. Epee, first blood. Anything is valid target. First blood scores a point. Saber, any wound that would have disabled an enemy soldier on horseback. And you would go for usually 5 to 10 points. You'd have a bunch of bouts. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to go to D. Crawling around here in the middle. Yes? They could shoot you. You're wearing red. I honestly don't see how crawling in the middle of the road helps. Whatever. Alright, I just kind of need to follow this road. He's not crawling. Oh, there you are. Yes, it was. You had to do... So, I've spoken about this. The one that I've showed you is an electric weapon, which is what's used in actual tournaments because it's got a button on the end. And that's because fencing tends to be so fast, it's very difficult for sight judges to accurately tell if someone was hit or not. In practice, we use regular ones that are not electric. The rule is 3 fingers deep. 3 fingers deep results in an injury that's 5 fingers deep. That's just how the physics work, which would be fatal, and it's assumed that your opponent would be wearing a leather coat. And, well, a sharp blade with your so you're not attacking with your hands or your arms. You're striking with your legs. Every single time that you stab, you are stabbing with the force of your legs in a forward lunge. This means that you have your entire body weight backing the strike with a straight locked arm. Yeah, it'll absolutely go through leather. It absolutely would kill an opponent wearing, you know, a leather coat, any kind of cloth, any kind of, you know, it's a duel, so they're not going to be wearing plate. They're not going to be wearing chain. They're not going to be wearing anything like that because it's a dueling style. If your opponent was wearing plate mail, well, a court sword is not the preferred weapon for fighting against somebody wearing plate mail. It's not meant for it. It's not a good choice.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Yeah, well, my instructor had very bad things to say about how other instructors taught fencing. A lot of instructors don't even teach the low-line parries and low-line attacks. Like, there's a bunch of things that just, yeah, and some of them made him very angry. He felt like it's not being taught properly in a lot of schools. Well, a foil, you can just think of it as, just use the rapier in your mind. Just think of the foil and the epee as rapiers, and the saber is obviously a saber. And you're close enough, honestly. Sword enthusiasts will be picky. I'm not. It's good enough.
I brought you some meat.
Stack it over here.
Oh, shit.
What's going on?
No, I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
You're a proper treasure, you are. Farewell.
Give me money. What do I need money for? Okay, let's try the meat thing again.
I brought you some meat.
Stack it over here.
Yeah, he was an awesome sword master. He was great. He owned a video game store in town also. And he was a history teacher at the local high schools.
That's the lot.
Great. If we're really
Whatever
going to have to
became of
storm the
him.
walls, then at least it should be with full belly. Good luck to you.
Alright. I can't carry all this around. Okay, what do we still need to do? Potions. I still need the potions of wakefulness. Might as well. You think so? Rapiers are pretty quick and pretty deadly, and surprisingly dangerous with their edge, too. They're not meant to be a slashing weapon, but they were sharp as hell. I've never held a rapier, so I don't know from personal experience. Really, a foe in the middle of town? Huh. I don't think he's legendary. I don't know what his ranking was as a fencer, but I can tell you this. When I was at my prime, that man could beat me blindfolded. You probably think that blind sword fighting and blind martial arts is something mythical from Hollywood. No, he was trained to fight while blindfolded. I never received that training myself. I don't know how it works. I'm sure that part of it is the sound. You can hear when somebody, like you can tell from the footwork. You'll pick up on when somebody's striking and stuff. But yeah, as I said, I don't really know how it works. It's kind of the opposite of what, So I've known martial artists who talk a lot about reading their opponent, and you stare at their eyes and you know where they're going to strike next because their eyes betray them. Fencing is the opposite. We're told not to look at the face, not to look at the hands. The first thing you tell a new fencer is stare at the enemy's heart. And just stare at your opponent's heart. Do not take your eyes off their heart. Because your blade will tend to go where you're looking. And if anyway, it's basically everything else is peripheral vision. Just trust your body to take care of defending yourself. Don't look at their blades. Just trust you'll parry them without thinking about it. You can't think about your parries. It doesn't work like that. That has to be instinctual.
Where the hell were you brought up? Don't you know you have to have a light after dark?
Yeah, anyway. He could fence blindfolded.
Stop!
So. What?
What do you think you're doing? Don't you
What
know
are you
it's a
talking
thing?
about?
No, this definitely won't come.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'll tell you.
Well,
Go away. I've got a light right here, burning, and there's another light over there, burning. Isn't that door supposed to be super locked? Ugh, he interrupted my work! I am an angry wizard alchemist. Do not disturb my work again. Such bullshit. Others are thicker and heavier. Okay. All I know is it's a pain in the ass when they come in and interrupt my work like that. Alright. So, we've produced lots of mint flower juice. Minty flower juice for our troops. Yum, yum. Is there anything else I needed to brew while I'm here? I probably don't have the supplies. Pretty sure I've got pretty well what I need, right? Don't have the ingredients on hand. It's fine. I'm overburdened. No big surprise there. I didn't have a workout song, but at one point in time, when I was just starting out, I used to spar where there was another group using the same gym that was doing salsa dancing, swing and ballroom dancing and stuff. And the funniest thing would happen. While they were playing their music and dancing to it, you'd notice that the sparring fencers would subconsciously, you'd hear their blades striking to the beat of whatever the music playing is. It just happened. And it would happen every time. And nobody was doing it on purpose. Now there is something that no fantasy novel has ever told you about sword fighting. Yeah. We used to spar twice a week. For hours. And then there were the actual fencing classes, which was also twice a week on different days, though. And, man. I was taking all 3 fencing classes. Like, all 3 of them. They were all back to back, and it's like, okay, so I would redo the beginner's class, then I would do redo the intermediate class, and then I would do the advanced class. And nobody else did that. Nobody else did, but I felt it was absolutely essential to retake the first class over and over again and keep working on the basics. But the other thing is kinesthetic learning. When I started out, it was a terrible struggle to learn anything. And by the end, when it came time for Saber, I had missed a couple of weeks. And literally an instructor just walked me out in the hall and showed me a whole bunch of, you know, just a whole bunch of stuff, and I learned it all perfectly. Right off the bat. Kinesthetic learning. You go in and you see the new people who've never done a martial art before, never done dancing or martial arts or anything before, and you'll watch, and the instructor will show, this is parry 4, and then all the students will do random shit, and it's like, no, this is parry 4. You know, and it just takes a while. Learning how to move your body the way you want it to, learning how to learn movements, whether it be dances or martial arts, you have to learn how to learn. And it's only because of that that I've realized that this applies to everything. This is a secret about learning that nobody seems to understand. Schools certainly don't understand this. It applies to art. It applies to music. It applies to, like that you'll hear. People will tell you, oh, it's so easy to learn a second instrument. It's the first instrument that's so hard to learn. That's because you learned how to learn music. And it applies to everything. School is very good about teaching you reading. It's good about teaching you math, and that's another thing in your mind that you have to turn on and wake up and learn how to use. They're good at teaching you short-term memorization, how to learn things and hold that information in your head long enough to take a test. But they're not very good at teaching you so many other aspects, so many things in your head that you have to turn on and learn piece by piece. And this is just something that people generally don't seem to understand about being a human. It applies to video games. Try to take somebody who's never played video games and hand them Mario and watch what happens. Dude, I'm trying to talk to you. Wait, am I done? Oh, I already talked to him. Okay, I think we're... Are we done? Oh, it's because Bernard wanted the potion, not you. Okay, my mistake. Silly me. The quartermaster wouldn't stock potions.
God be with you.
These Santies exist for a reason. That's true. Or marching music.
Good luck then.
Oh, wait. I know the problem. I put them in the horse. Hold on. Let me open up the horse and pull them back out.
This might help, and there's plenty of it.
It certainly is. I'll have to get all those poured into a keg. But if it works, I'm in your debt.
I just want to make sure we get rid of those bastards holed up in the castle.
No more than
The
I
dancing dervish. Is
And to
that
see
so?
Ishban hang from the highest tower.
I'll drink to that. Well, I would if I wasn't on duty.
Tell 'em burger.
Good luck.
Oh, okay. I guess we're done. Let's go. Let's go talk to the final fellow. He was pretty awesome, wasn't he? There was another instructor. There were a handful of instructors. He was the lead instructor. But my favorite, I've talked about this guy before, was a guy called Rob. And this guy would, especially with the newbies, he'd constantly be screaming out in his deep voice, Squat! And he's this big, muscular, bearded guy. Well, actually, I guess he was a little bit short. But bearded and muscular to hell. And he was a big fan of the saber. He had the heart of a saberist. And he had a bad knee. And every time he'd do a tournament, he'd blow his knee out, and it would be terrible. And the man would still go to tournaments. And then we discovered one day, he's the big scary guy that's constantly screaming. He's like the drill sergeant of the group. And then one day we hear a commercial on the radio. Hi, I'm Fish Guy Rob! He owned a tackle and bait shop, or maybe it's a pet store. I have no idea. But he's doing this bright, cheery, friendly voice. Fish Guy Rob. And nobody could take him seriously anymore. His drill sergeant bulldog persona was broken. And you know, once the first student heard that and told others, like, that was it. Like, there was no putting Pandora back in the box. It was done. No. No. This would have been before Fate had existed, or at least in the US. And I don't think he was an anime fan. He might have been. I don't know. I don't think he was an anime fan. Monty was probably an anime fan. That was another one of the instructors. That was an old student that had kind of just stuck around and become somewhere between an instructor and an assistant. I don't think he was even getting paid. I think he's just there for the love of it.
God be with you, lad.
Hey, Tobias. You need to build a trebuchet.
So Robard sent me to you.
Let's finish
Indeed.
this.
A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Tamburg. Aye.
You're a mining engineer. Let's dig instead.
I'll never manage it on my own.
Okay,
I'd
well,
like to
who
help you, but
in
how?
this
I
area
don't know anything about
would
trebuchets
be the
either.
appropriate
Actually,
person to build a
There is a way you
trebuchet?
could help. Conrad Keyser came to Sasso recently. If you could get him to come here, it would save my skin.
Okay, go to Sasau. Gotcha.
Conrad
I was
Keyser?
just there earlier
he?
to get a
He's
physician.
a scholar who studied medicine, but he also designed siege engine. He even took part in the siege of Nicopolis, together with Sigismund.
Wait, with who?
He was with Sigismund.
It's not so straightforward. They quarreled after the battle, after Conrad blamed their defeat on Sigismund.
I don't suppose he took that too well.
Quite. That's what led to Conrad being banished from Prague and making a base at Bethlen Castle.
I know somebody who liked in high school to jump down flights of stairs. He fucked up his leg and I guess physical therapy couldn't fix it. It's remained somewhat fucked up all his life.
You're still an engineer, though. Couldn't you build it yourself?
Are you serious? Do you know how complicated such a machine is? What forces are at work in the contraption? If we were lucky, it wouldn't fire at all. Far more likely, it would smash itself to smithereens and kill lots of us instead of the enemy.
Banished? Like a common criminal?
He was a member of the court and a doctor and a master engineer, so nothing quite that bad befell him. I've even heard he has a whole host of wise men with him, and they're writing some book together.
Just build a siege tower instead.
What's he doing here in Sasau?
They sent him over here to help with building the monastery. No doubt they had to pay handsomely to get him.
Oh, you want that guy?
And how am I supposed to get him here? Abduct him?
Well, only if all else fails. We need his cooperation. Try having a word with him. By all accounts, he hates Sigismund.
All right.
Happens to be an engineer that hates Sigismund locally. That's good. Rocketeer. I don't think we're using rockets. I don't think I'm gonna go all the way to China. Lifting will help. Well, the guy I'm talking about went into the military and also became a doctor. So I'm sure he's known what to do to care for his knees. That's so. That's interesting. Yeah, I thankfully haven't had any back problems myself. I actually don't know anybody who has back problems. Huh. They're supposed to be super common, too. Yeah, I don't know anyone who has back problems. Weird. Huh. Yeah, he became jacked when he came back from basic training, but he still had issues. Just walked the entire freaking area. Okay. Oh no! I guess... Okay, I know one person with back problems. Sorry to hear that, man.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Oh, food? I've got tons of raw meat. Here, eat this salami. It's only slightly rotten. You'll be fine. Don't be a baby about it. The maggots crawling around in it are just extra protein, okay? Is there anyone I can talk to and ask a question around here? Hey!
Do you happen to know the whereabouts?
And what do
I'm
you
looking
want
for
from the old
Conrad.
buzzard?
Yes. I want the old buzzard.
What? That old fool? The one who spends his time poring over old books instead of
Big
at the
house in the
tavern?
courtyard? Isn't
He's
that
all
the
locked away at
custodian?
the custodian's house. That's the big place in the courtyard by the monastery. Goodbye.
Hmm. Sounds rough.
Oh, come on. What are you trying on here? I hope I can be...
Is this where Conrad
Indeed. The world-renowned Conrad Kieser.
World renowned, huh? Really? So the people in China know all about this man?
World renowned.
Interesting.
Not yet, then soon. Our Master Kieser is a
Ah, okay.
mastermind.
Soon they'll
You
know.
wouldn't believe the things he comes up with. You'll be hearing more of him, you mark my words.
I need to speak.
Oh, really?
What's this? What is this? What is this big wheel doing here? Well, I don't know what that symbol means, but this says it succeeds.
I'm a fellow thinker, and I'd like to discuss my hypotheses with Master Kieser.
And what ones would those be exactly?
Stronghold construction. I have this new idea for building, and a chat with the Master would be very valuable.
That sounds important. Come on in. The Master's inside.
Are you the guy who was
Here's the
building
key.
the models? Oh, cool. I got the key. Male pattern baldness is just having lots of testosterone, and it literally burning the hair follicles off your head, so weightlifting probably wouldn't help with that, no. Is he downstairs? He must be downstairs. Ah. No, not you. Oh, he's in here? Ah, Marco Polo. I have a couple of rabbits. Would that be enough to bribe you? Oh, I don't know this face.
By the horn of Joshua,
Didn't you say enter? Oh yeah, no, there's no hope for hair loss. Do you know why there's no how I can say with confidence there's no cure for hair loss?
Sir Tobias Fayfar,
Because there are billionaires who are bald.
sends his greetings.
And that tells me there's no cure.
I've heard of him. He invented an interesting mining machine. What does he need?
Sir, have you heard what's been going on in Talmberg?
I've heard a thing or two. Is it true the castle's been taken?
It has, and we want to take it back. Master
Yes,
Fayfar
we'd
has
like
taken
a
the task of building
brand new
trebuchet,
kind of
but he's not sure he can
trebuchet.
manage it.
Never before seen, and we need your
Building siege
genius.
engines is an entirely different kettle of fish than mining. Damn, I'd like to rain some boulders on those heathens of Sigismund's. But that can't be done with a quill and parchment, and I can't leave here right now.
Why can't you leave?
That's a long story. I was a little, more than a little, critical of Sigismund's efforts at Nicopolis. And it might surprise you to know, after that defeat, he didn't particularly appreciate my criticism. Then, when Sigismund abducted the king, I didn't feel too secure in Prague, so I left. Perhaps left is the wrong word. Some might say I was banished. In any case, I went to Bettelern Castle.
Oh, well, good luck to him. I'd very much like it if we could figure out how to cure baldness, regrow teeth, regrow limbs. I'm for all those things. And anything that helps with aging. All those things. I'm strongly pro all of the good medical advancements like that. So I wish him the best of luck.
And why are you here in Sassa?
To be honest, I need the money.
Okay, I'll pay you.
Sir? You don't seem like a man who lives in want.
Dear me, no. I don't need it to support myself. It's to fund my opus. That's why I agreed to help with the
Oh, it's only for a
construction
few
of the monastery.
days.
So you see, I can't...
Here, have a sack of silver. I mean, figuring out how to reprogram stem cells would do a lot.
What is it you're worth?
Belli Fortis. A great book of war machines and weapons. My
Wait,
opus
what? You're
magnum
not building the thing, you're writing a
legacy.
book?
All you have seen here
Well, shit,
are
you're
the
working on a book
snippets
on
of
war
my
machines.
work.
This is practical research here. Come on.
Our whole world will be run by machines and inventions. Not
No, our world won't be run by soulless machines. You gotta be kidding.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking aloud about things for battle. Could I help you escape,
Machines
perhaps?
could never run the world. What are you talking about, you crazy person?
I can't leave because I gave my word I'd help with the building of the monastery here. And my word is my bond. I have no
You're not
intention of
sneaking
sneaking
away. You're
like
taking
some
a weekend
criminal.
to go vacation.
Who do you work?
My contract is with the abbot himself.
The abbot,
but
he's
I discussed
dying.
the work details with Carol, the monastery's master builder.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, but being able to grow missing organs and things in a vat would be, you know, in a dish would be very nice. No longer have to deal with the donor issues. Generally, there's a lot of issues with donated organs. But if you could grow a new organ of yourself, there'd be no issues. One of the biggest problems, though, is going to be nerves. Nerve cells only regrow at a rate of, what is it, like an inch a year or something? So it's like, even if you could grow a new arm, it would take all of these years before you'd actually be able to use your fingers again. So that's one of the really big ones that has to be figured out.
Could I not just pay off the master builder for your
He's already
services?
basically told me no.
I doubt it. Carol is only interested in the construction. As long as he has the money to pay the craftsman's wages, that's all he needs.
Ah, as long as he has enough for wages, you say?
Yes, what are you thinking?
What? Oh. Oh my gosh. Well, stealing, but it's for a good cause, you see.
Couldn't Carol be persuaded? After all, the defense of the province is at stake.
I realize that, but Sessar Monastery has always kept its neutrality. What's more, the abbot isn't here at present, and without his permission, Carol won't be persuaded.
Yeah, several of the characters in this game are historical figures.
What do you suggest?
If I were to hit this guy over the head, would I suddenly get a fission mailed ending?
We could copy the abbot's seal and signature on our own document.
That's a curiously interesting idea.
My inventiveness has many applications. I could be back here before the abbot, so he won't even know I was gone.
How do I get my hands on the commission?
Everyone should sound like Brian Blessed.
You need to get it quickly and put it back before he notices it's gone. I suggest waiting until evening. That's when Carol usually goes to the tavern to play dice. He's fond of his dice. Maybe you can take advantage of that somehow.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
What would have happened if I had killed this guy a long time ago? Alright, we have a few options. Let's look. Either way, it's going to be in that room with the models. Alright, I guess I can work with that. Oh, awesome. Yeah. He played, if you're going to put him in your mod, hold on a sec. No, there's, Prince Voltan. Call him Prince Voltan. Look that up. Look up this image. If you're gonna put him in Master of Magic, go for that. That's the correct Brian Blessed role. Get that one. That way.
Good God, you look terrible.
Let's start
Did
with a
someone else-
charisma check.
I need some help from...
Then go and talk to...
The thing is, he's already agreed, but he'd have to go to Talmberg.
I can't consent to that. He signed a contract for building the monastery, and we pay him a pilot
Yeah.
coin for every day he spends
Okay.
here.
That won't work.
Conrad would only have to leave for a few days. Surely you can manage without him for a short while.
We might, if he didn't get himself killed there. I've given my answer. No. He stays here until the abbot says otherwise, and the abbot isn't here at the moment.
No, I've never seen Blackadder.
But the conquest of Talmberg is more important.
From what I hear, it's awfully
I knew
important
this wasn't
first
gonna
to follow-
work.
Anyway, I take my order.
Speech checks need not
Suppose-
apply.
What use would coin be to me if the monastery...
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May God The thing is, he's all...
I can't...
But no.
Thank
You're welcome.
May God...
You think that Prince Vultan wouldn't be a powerful warrior? He was a prince. Leader of the bird people. Okay, that's not what I need. Wait till he leaves. Play dice. Or perhaps can't wash in that one. Strange. When I was on that side of the wall. Strange. Killed over 200. I see. It's that kind of... I see the joke line now. On the other side of the wall, but I was on the other side of the wall, and I didn't see it there either. Strange. Well, we can wait till he plays dice. Whoops. Sir leading role. I just have to watch Blackadder one of these days. My British comedy of choice was Red Dwarf. I grew up with that one. I suppose I could beat him in dice. Since I can't seem to find this commission, I suppose I need to go beat him at dice. think it's inside the walls. I don't get it. So we'll go play dice. Do I have to intentionally lose to this guy and then win? Second floor? Ah, shit. That makes perfect sense. That's it. Yes, thank you. You saved me from having to play dice again. Ah. Okay, is this it? Is it in this box? Alright, there we go. Half a mind to sleep in his bed. Alright, Brian, here's the thing you wanted. Birds of Fire. Yeah, I never actually watched any. I wasn't into Halo, so I never really watched any of the Red versus Blue or anything.
I've got that commission.
Not so loud, for heaven's sake. Show it here. The very thing. Go to the Sasau scribe and say to him the fox isn't half as clever as he thinks.
Right.
Then he'll do as you ask.
Can't I copy this?
Just so. He insists on it. Don't forget to repeat it verbatim and aloud. Then all you have to do is take the new document to Carol and tell him a messenger brought it.
All right.
But most importantly, do it quickly and put Carol's
The commission
note forward.
back immediately.
If he can't find it, he'll put 2 and 2 together when you bring him the new document. And the
No, that wouldn't be a hero. That would be a summon. That would definitely be a fantastic creature. Remember to put the original back. Yeah, that's what it is. Huh? What now? I see. Come on, what's with this random loading screen? There we go. That took a long time. Alright, the magic words I'm supposed to say are Klaatu Varata Niktu. Wait, you're the
God save-
bailiff.
May the Lord watch over you.
Ah.
I'm at
The
your
fox
service.
isn't half as clever as he thinks.
I have a message. The fox isn't...
What? What in heaven's...
Conrad Keyser sent me.
Why the hell didn't you say so?
That sod. He deliberately lied to me to make me...
Well, never mind.
Great.
What do you want?
I've got this document here, and I need to have a different one drawn up with the same signature and seal.
So Conrad is still up to his old tricks. Give him my greetings. Let's see it then. All right. Give me an hour.
What
I
do
hope
you
I
mean
won't
there's
have
only
problems on
one
your account.
bunny?
May the Lord watch over you.
Who says that there's only one bunny? There could be hundreds like it.
Farewell.
Pick up the forged document. How long do I have to wait? Guys, what are you doing? Forge your document. Well, Tim is mighty indeed, but not all-knowing. I think there could be multiple killer bunnies. Still out there, still lurking. I fought one in Dragon's Crown.
Farewell.
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Usually I pay very close attention, but I missed how long I'm supposed to wait for him to finish that. Aww. There goes my plan to summon hundreds of them and flood the land. Flood the land with wascally wabbits. Oh, and we have to have Nuclear Gandhi as one of the playable wizards, obviously. Chaos Mage, clearly. Yes, you distracted me with Monty Python, you fiend! And we need a new building to house the Society of Silly Walks. A very important building. Popular with... I'm not entirely sure. The High Men, maybe?
Greetings.
While I wait for the copy.
I hear you like...
Always.
I have no idea if some of these are good or bad.
I'd like some
take the odd dice, because I trust them. Take the lucky dice. I guess I'll take some of these as well.
Your fame precedes you. You won't get the better of me.
Well, looks like we got a decent haul without opening. We didn't even say what we were wagering.
Let's see.
Too many already.
Hail, mate. This will be the
Old. Still going. Okay, he has to quit now.
Your turn.
There we go.
About time it went my way. Shit.
He lost 50. He only lost 50! How can he possibly be short on money to pay workers if he only lost 50?
I've just realised, without that money, you'll be short of.
Are you
for contract
kidding?
wages, won't you?
What? That's only enough to buy a couple cabbages!
But I'll gladly give you your money back.
What?
If you allow Conrad a short sabbatical in Talmberg.
That's what you had up your sleeve from the very beginning.
Agreed then?
What are you doing betting if you can't afford to bet? Now, if you excuse me, What? Oh no! Objective failed! Pick up the forged document! Shit. I was gonna do both. Shit. What do you mean objective failed? Never gamble unless you can afford to lose whatever it is. Seriously, rules of life here. Never, never, never. I'm not opposed to gambling. I know some people are very, very strongly opposed to gambling on principle. I'm not one of them. You know the risks. I think there's a lot of people who suffer greatly because of their foolishness, and that it's not necessarily a good thing for society, but I don't view it as inherently immoral or anything. It's just a thing. I don't know. People are always going to do it no matter what you do. They'll make wagers, they'll make bets. That said, never, never, never wager something you can't afford to lose. When you're gambling, assume everything you bet is going to be lost. That'll keep you out of trouble.
Get after me! Sweet Jesus, I knew this day would come!
What? Who is... Carol said you can leave and...
Leave? I can't even set foot outside
And you
the
hate
door.
gambling?
No.
Please,
Hey,
calm
fair
down
enough.
and tell me what's going on.
They're after me!
Okay, I'll look. Give me a second. Yeah, gambling, it's fair enough to hate gambling. It's not a good thing for... Personally, although I'm not opposed to casinos, I am opposed to the existence of a stock market. That's a level of gambling that I think is a mistake. She's beautiful. Oh no. The most powerful witch of all. Well, you're gonna have to include a spell, a very powerful buff that's just titled Grow. Grow.
Those people, of course.
Why would they be after you?
Because he's never forgiven my criticisms of Nicopolis. Now he's decided to pay me back. What am I to do?
I'll kill whoever it is for you. It's fine.
What makes you think someone's after you?
When I was on my way to Sasau, I saw Baron Pekar in Kostelitz. He was with Sigismund on the crusade, as was I. Now I've been told he was seen at the local tavern. And a stranger's been creeping around the gardens here late at night. My God! There are signs someone was trying to
Force the door? Oh, that's probably me. Sorry about that. That was weeks ago, though.
They want to kill me!
No. Giant Growth was removed by Cerevi ages ago. That spell hasn't been in the game forever. Also, it was like a +1, so... Not quite city destroying.
If someone's after you, I'll see to it.
Not quite kaiju level.
I am wait for him.
I don't know. What if he sneaks past you?
He won't, I promise. I'll hide in the garden, and if anyone starts creeping around after dark, I'll catch him.
Oh, man.
Won't you? Good, good. And be sure to hide well. If he sees you, he won't come.
Alright, I'll go become a garden gnome for you. Is this our garden? It must be. They have watermelons. Delicious modern watermelons. How am I supposed to hide here? Dog, you're spoiling my hiding place. Alright, midnight, huh? Ah. Oh, I see. Really? But you're modding Master of Magic for Windows, because that's the much more moddable version. You should give it a go sometime. Give it a spin. Yeah, you'd need to make it stronger. Also, I don't think she would be using nature magic. She feels more like sorcery to me. Find out more about Paychar. Watch out for the assassin at midnight. Well, can't help you with that. I can only steal all of your free time by making loads and loads of entertainment. I can't give you more. It's a one-way streak. I can only devour, not produce. I'm in the right garden, right? It's after midnight, right? Am I doing this right? That may be one of the nicest things anyone has ever said to me. I think I screwed this up somehow. I don't think the guy's showing up. What a pain. He will, but it's already after midnight. How will I know when he shows up? Or if I've already scared him off? Do I need to skip further? What if I left the door open and hid inside? Should I just skip further forward in time? Here, have a smoked sausage. Ah. You're gonna force me to have to try harder as a streamer, you know that, right? This is cruelty. Now I have to work more. Neil, are you sure I didn't screw this up somehow? It was midnight, right? We're past the midnight hour completely. He didn't show up, so he must have seen me somehow. Ah. I've had the misfortune of developing quite a bit of pain tolerance myself. Unfortunately. Yeah, I think I screwed this up somehow. But, I can only hope that medicine improves. A lot. Oh, man. The other option is to find out more about P-Char. So P-Char was in the local tavern, he said. If not, we can stake this out another night. Maybe I can do the stakeout from inside and kick the door out. Unfortunately, we're just... Why is a stonemason walking around after midnight? Unfortunately, we're just about out of time for today. And I don't have the foggiest notion how close or far I am from ending the siege.
Yeah.
This is starting to become a problem. Oh no. Oh, that sounds horrible. That just sounds like the worst, man. Yeah, it's funny. Like when you experience an absolutely absurd amount of pain, it just kind of, I don't know how to put this, like rewires you so that other pain that used to be terrible doesn't seem so bad anymore. And for me, that's happened a couple of times, but the biggest one was a kidney stone for me. A really, really bad one. Like, I've grown used to kidney stones. Small ones, they're nothing. But the really bad ones. But, the brain swelling sounds way more horrible. Really awful. There's one more stream's worth? Okay. I see. Okay, this was not the finale. Tomorrow may or may not be. As I said earlier, it's been 134 hours. Well, probably 138 now. So I'd say I'm going through at a leisurely pace. So, maybe 2 more.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'm not trying to win! This isn't a competition! No, I had 2 separate nurses, unprompted, both tell me that they had had a kidney stone and it was more painful than childbirth. I have no reason to doubt them. No, it would be Monday, you're right. Yeah, tomorrow I got shit I need to get done. I actually had to stop playing the idle game that I've been enjoying immensely because I need to get some shit done before I can let myself play it again.
Would you be Master Paycon?
I would. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Henry of Skalitz.
And what do you want from me, Henry of Skalitz?
To ask why you come to Sasau.
An interrogation, then, I see. On business, of course.
And who is it you're doing business with?
Why don't you ask about my mistresses instead? My trade partners are my own private concern.
Stay away from Master Kieser.
Kieser? Conrad Kieser? Why should I want anything to do with him?
So he doesn't need to worry about you?
Worry? Good Lord, no. Why, we were friends.
Right. No.
As the master, may the Lord watch over you.
Could I just clonk him over the head and toss him in the river? I'm gonna have to do the night thing again. suppose I could just bribe him with something. Maybe he doesn't want unending piles of... Seriously, I have 44,000 silver in my pocket. But even if that's not good enough for him, maybe I could find something for him. The finer things. I have fabrics. I have potions. Alcohols. What do you need? Caviar? It'd be a bit of a hike and a swim to get to Alaska to get you some caviar, my dude, but I'll do it for you. If you please, just come with me. It's gonna make me... Oh, I can't even talk to you anymore. Great. Try to watch. He's gonna creep towards the door, then maybe... I guess this would be a good spot. This'll probably do. We're gonna need more nourishment. Nourishment. Yeah, but kidney stones don't last for a week. Or two. Now, other things I've dealt with do, but not kidney stones. The worst is maybe a night. Though there is a fair amount of writhing. You can't... I don't know, you just can't be still. You just keep moving and wiggling while in terrible pain, and... best advice is drink a hell of a lot of water. You're trying to make it pass. You keep feeling like you have to take a piss, but you can't. Nothing is happening. Man. It's the worst. The last time I had a bad one, you probably heard me mention this a couple of times because it still makes me angry. It was a kidney stone. Not the worst I ever had, but a very bad one. I knew it was a kidney stone. I knew exactly what was going on. I knew exactly what I needed. I went to the ER. They made me wait half an hour. And then they performed a bunch of unnecessary tests before finally going, "Oh, you have a kidney stone. Here's the painkiller." Ah. That'll be $2,000 that your insurance will not cover. Because you did not go to your preferred provider. You went to the ER. No, you should have, while in horrific agony, somehow gotten all the way to the other side of town to your preferred provider, who would not be able to do anything. They would have just sent me to the hospital. But then the insurance would have paid for it because it would have gone through the proper steps. My insurance, when I first got the job that I've got, was so good. It was so good. But not anymore. Now it's terrible. Now it's just awful. This spot will work, right? He said garden. Those windows couldn't possibly fit a person, so we've got to try to force the door, right? Wow, 9 hours. Oof. Yeah, the $2,000 thing was a very unpleasant surprise. As I said, I'm still mad about it, and it's been years. We have the most profitable hospital in America. That's not really what you want to hear about your local hospital. We also have the most expensive middle school constructed in America. It was in newspapers in the lower 48, so that people were getting calls from family members asking what the hell was going on. It's a really shit building that had no business being constructed here. If you talk to people who work there, you'll find out there's so much wrong with that building. We're talking like windows just kind of falling out and crashing down from the second story as a starter issue. That's not even any of the things wrong with the foundation or that potentially, you know, that's just the mildest thing that could have killed somebody. Oh, here we go. It did finally happen. And it is the guy. Hello.
I've got you. You can't get away from me.
What? What are you talking about?
Silence. For God's sake, I caught you in the middle of an assassination.
Well, I don't know that it was an assassination attempt, but he said, "Oh, I'm friends."
You told me to my face you were here purely for business. That Master Keezer had no reason to fear you. And then I catch you sneaking up to his door.
Keezer? He's living here in the monastery?
Well, yes. Right here in this house. What's your business here?
It's all a terrible mistake. I've a long-standing arrangement with the custodian here, Sir Sebastian von Berg. I supply him with salt and spices.
In the middle of the night?
How he's been cheating me repeatedly. The dispute's been running for a while and still has legs. So
oh, it's just a coincidence. Yeah, just a coincidence, guys.
I don't believe a word you say.
Well, sorry, but I'm telling the truth. I suppose there's nothing to be done about it, unless you intend to skewer me on the spot. But if it will help you sleep better, I'll stop creeping around here at night and find some other way to deal with the custodian. Farewell.
And he runs. I could sick the dog on you. Uh-huh. I feel like I should have unlocked the door and watched what he did. He might have just walked in here.
Well, did you...
I did.
And?
You needn't fear. I kept watch the whole night and nothing happened. A few folk passed by, but nobody dangerous.
What about Pekar? Are you saying he has no malicious intentions?
None. He's just doing some trade with
You
the
don't
custodian.
know. There's
That's
no
what brought
way.
you to where you were.
Well, if you're sure...
There's no way. He just happened to be doing business in this town with this guy in this house and then trying to sneak in the middle of the night?
Thank you, Henry.
You can't buy that. That's a load of bull. Oh well, whatever gets this guy to leave the house. I have every reason to believe that they were just being dumb. This is a case where, you know, not malicious intentions, but just foolishness. Why, Superintendent Chalmers. I hope you're ready for an unforgettable luncheon. Ah, speaking of the city council in a negative way, can't have that now. Alright. I think when we talk to Faith here, I think we're going to end for today. If I had known it would cost 2,000, I wouldn't have, I think I would have just waited the pain out, honestly. I would have just gone home, laid down, and suffered. But when you think about it as, you know, the suffering is worth what? If it took 4 hours, it would be $500 an hour. It's like, yeah, I could probably do that. It would suck. I wouldn't advise anyone else to do that, but yeah, I could do that. Ah, yes. I would say probably the school board. There's nobody in custodial or maintenance or anybody who has to do with buildings. It's going to be nothing but, you know, teachers, principals, politician-y types. I know that there was another building that was constructed, another school, where the custodial department discovered there were no custodial closets in the building. It wasn't part of the design. There's another building that I actually saw the old original designs, and we could see how the building had changed from its original, how it was originally built and how they'd modified it over the years. And the original building won awards. And it's like, okay, first off, that's a lot of walls of glass you got there. In Alaska. Did you really need that much glass? But beyond the questions of heating, they built the gym in the center of the building. And instead of having mechanical rooms that handle the fans and the different things, you know, kind of how a normal building would, they built one large mechanical room that was a ring all the way around the gymnasium. What? I've been in a lot of buildings. I've been in a lot of mechanical rooms. I've dealt with a lot of pneumatic systems and different things, vents and stuff. Like, I've seen many a thing. Never seen anything like that building anywhere else. It is insane. So, no, I don't think there was money laundering. I think this is standard incompetence. I think this is just, you know, because I've seen other buildings. I think what happens is somebody comes and makes presentations, and then people who have no business making decisions about architecture go, that one looks the coolest! Let's do that one! I think that's kind of how it goes. There could be kickbacks. It could be, but but I vote incompetence. I'm not educated enough. Ah, yes, of course. Yeah, well, there's a reason I keep chat down there. A lot of YouTube has for many a year dicked with a lot of stuff. We've seen a lot of people's chats hidden over the years. And I can keep the chat there so long as we never have an incident with people saying things that would get me banned. The day that happens, I'll be forced to reconsider. But I've never had an issue, so we're good. Okay, so we've got at least one, if not two more streams of this. After which, I'm going to do Brave Fencer Musashi for the PS1. After, or sometime during that, it's a much shorter game. It won't take me all that long. Either I'll do a vote. See, I kind of feel like I shouldn't commit to something like the XCOM files without at least asking, because it's a very, very long game. And as much as I love the XCOM files and want to play it again, and I know some people also love it, I'm not sure how many people... I'm sure there are quite a few people who aren't interested, and I should at least, you know, check in and see what people think. But I do really want to play the XCOM files again. I want to beat up Dr. Hadriex and steal the Hadriex gun! It turns ghosts. It literally uses the remnants of ghosts to make its ammunition. Anyway. So, we'll see. No! How could you? The boob men won't stand for that, you know. How could you say such a thing in chat? You should be ashamed. Ashamed! Alright, anyway, I need to sleep, but I have a gnawing hunger that I must satisfy first. Alright. So, until next time and every time, this is Hadriex signing off. Bye. Oh, yeah, of course. Just like last time, just like every time we do XCOM, the poor doomed souls get named after all kinds of people in chat. And then they all die. Because that's just what happens in XCOM. No matter how hard you try, they will die. Bye.